the OTD podcast, guys. This is a home of strong opinions, questionable logic, and probably a zero chance at a brand deal from Apple, like we've been trying to do for the last 15 episodes.
Still working on that one.
We're still working on it. In the building today, of course, we got young Jesusito in the building. You know, came back after 3 days. Shouts out to him. You know what I'm saying? Carpenter turned podcaster in the building, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Might turn some water into wine in this bit, you know what it is.
There you go.
You know, drop a commandment. Look at that!
Oh, wow. I'm in there dropping bars out there.
Yo.
It's a breakfast right there.
I'm saying. He came with 2 loaves of fishes everybody's eating, bro. We got young Black Tim Cook on there, a.k.a. iPhone 23. AKA turn your iPad into a fucking MacBook, AKA check out these Vision Pros on your hoes, you know what I'm saying? And of course, me, your boy, PS Angel Baby. And sadly, Lolita is not with us this week. She will be back soon. She's, you know, moving around doing some thug dizzle shit. So we will be excited to have her back. But we do have plenty of things to talk about this week, but just want to start off by saying, actually, this should be like a fucking poll. I'm gonna just throw it up to the chat real quick. Jeremy thinks Marvel Phase 4 was the best phase of Marvel, and I'm arguing that shit was
wow,
trash,
let's not say that. I did not even once say that. Like, did not say, oh Lord, don't get me jumped out here.
Carried and all this shit, and I'm just God. This is what we've been talking about. Like Phase 4 of Marvel was tragically bad. It was
of course, horrible. I agree. I definitely agree. I wouldn't say tragic, but it was pretty bad.
It was tragic, bro.
Yeah, what do you think? I would say it's got its moments. I think it didn't take advantage of Ken. That's Phase 4, right? Yeah. So yeah, that I would have loved to see, but yeah, I think it's got its moments. But I mean, overall, it was bad. It was bad overall.
I'm looking at the whole list, and honestly, I feel like there's more. Oh, didn't do that right. I feel like there's more shows that I wouldn't rewatch than I would. So tell me if you see my screen. All right.
Okay.
We're looking at WandaVision. I watched it once. I don't feel like I would rewatch it. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't need a rewatch.
Cool. Falcon and the Soldier. I would probably watch it if it's on. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it, but I don't think it was bad. I'll
see the fight scenes are good.
Yeah. I think it was pretty good. Loki would watch again.
Loki was good. Yeah,
Loki was good. The Black Widow movie, another one where I don't know if it's worth rewatching.
Came out too late, right? And it felt like they did it because it
was after Infinity War, I believe.
Mm.
It had to be because she was dead, and there was the whole premise of everything, and kind of like flashbacking. And I feel like it was like maybe a contractual thing. They're like, "Alright, fuck it, we'll give you one. We gave all these other niggas one. We even give Hawkeye a 6 episode series."
Right? Yeah, she was the only one without an origin.
Hawkeye didn't have a movie. I feel like he shouldn't have.
But he had his
he got a full show.
Yeah, but that show came out, later. I feel like you should have gave her a show. She should
in here, Phase 4.
No.
All right. Came out same time period, but
yeah.
I'm still standing on it. Black Widow didn't need a movie. She should have had a TV series.
It probably came out because they were probably trying to lead up to this. What was it? Thunderbolts, Deadbolts.
Deadbolts.
That's true. Yeah.
Deadbolts.
Thunderbolts.
It was good. Don't listen to Casey. He may be an angel baby, but he's a hell spawn.
I haven't seen it yet, but I only heard good things.
Yeah, no. I want to go see it myself. I'm just saying, I feel like the Black Widow movie, I could see, and they knew it was a one-off. They were like, all right, we're not going to have to do 2. We'll just do a little cash grab at the end. We'll introduce White Widow. I'm so calling her White Widow. White Widow sounds crazy. The What If series, which was good as hell.
The first season.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah. I don't remember that one.
This is the guy with like all the rings on his hand.
Oh,
it's kind of like watching
watched
Mortal
it.
Kombat. I ain't finna lie.
I liked it.
Rewatch it though.
Would I rewatch it? Yeah, but I wouldn't watch the whole thing.
I would probably
a movie watch.
Best friend. because of the best friend. She was funny as fuck. I forgot her name. Is it Aquafina or some shit like that?
I watch it on a plane, something like that.
Okay, there we go. Eternals would never rewatch.
No, too long. But I did like some of the fight scenes. The Speedy character, I thought she was attractive. I don't know who the actor who played that. She was attractive. And other than that, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't really watch much of that. Oh, and the ending scene. Yeah,
and I like the lore and all the story around it. I think they didn't take advantage of it just as Ken.
The pacing was like too slow. Like we needed more. I think especially coming off of Endgame and all of that, we needed just a little bit more of the fighting and everything. I'm like, you had a big cast. You had Angelina Jolie, you had Paperboy from Atlanta, you had all these niggas in there and all this lore, and y'all was just making it.
Salma Hayek had your girl in there.
Oh my
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek, yes. So like, what the fuck were you guys doing? Hawkeye, I could see it, that one, because they were trying. I feel like some of these were like, let's try to pass.
That's a TV show. See, that's okay. It's a TV show. I'll have grace for TV shows.
Yeah, and it was like a Christmas TV show, so I feel like if it's Christmas time and you're like, let's watch it. Let's watch a thing. I would watch it, right? Spider-Man: No Way Home, standout. That was standout.
Yeah.
Moon Knight. I would watch Moon Knight again.
Yeah, I'd watch it. I love the concepts. The fighting was good too.
Fighting was very see a new season of it.
I think they canceled it.
Yeah.
Well, Moon Knight, yes, they stopped it. It done.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, I like that.
I would watch it again, but I did not particularly like it. It's just more of a spectacle to me, personally.
That's fair.
You know what I like the best about the Multiverse of Madness? It's that it was directed by Sam Raimi.
Right.
Yeah, and you could tell like how the movie was made and the practical effects and everything.
Very colorful. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was Sam Raimi all over the place. So that's what I like better. It was kind of like Doctor Strange meet the Evil Dead. Or something like that.
I'm gonna throw a curveball. Would that movie be considered completely ass, if you took out the Mr. Fantastic and the multiverse and the Professor X, all that stuff?
I always said that. I feel like
if you just skipped it,
they did Spider-Man and they were like, oh shit, that shit was a banger. Like let's use that same formula again, and do it in this movie because it's Doctor Strange. We could just make him travel all over the universe to anywhere and pick up any random ass superhero and put him in there. And whatever, but sometimes I'm watching it, I'm like, what does this have to do with the plot line again? He was just randomly doing shit in different universes, bro.
They were still building up to the whole multiverse lore.
Yeah, they were. I feel like there's better ways to do it because they would introduce people and it would be hype. It would be all over the internet for like 6 months straight. Jim from The Office is gonna be Mr. Fantastic, and this person's and Tom Cruise might be Iron Man and that, whatever, just for everybody to get killed in 5 seconds by fucking WandaVision. It's crazy. It's crazy, Miss Marvel, I didn't even watch it.
Didn't watch it either. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, but I did hear and I did see the end credits of Miss Marvel, and how it goes is the black lady, Spectrum, I believe her name is, gets transported into the X-Men universe, the X-Men 2 and 3 universe, not the first Stand one, but the one where there's Kelsey Grammer Beast universe, the Halle Berry Storm universe. Okay, I was like, whoa, I see what they're going on.
Was Halle Berry always Storm?
But not the new one. Remember they dropped the new X-Men where Storm gets corrupted by Apocalypse, and they had a new black chick play Storm with a mohawk and everything.
I don't like that.
It's okay.
I don't like that. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Again, that was a spectacle. It looked good. I mean, if you saw Gore, I mean, it had a good actor. You had Christian Bale. The God Butcher thing sucked because he didn't want to put in a lot of prosthetics, so they just made him Christian Bale bald and gray, which is kind of not how the character looks in the comic book. But you could tell that he just didn't want to do all the prosthetics and sit in the chair for hours.
Because like, usually I gotta just throw on a suit and fly in the night,
right?
Finding the Joker,
right?
Do what now?
Oh, they just dressed him up like Lord Voldemort with a nose, and he, you know, it's funny. He only killed like one god, and it's like he's supposed to be the God Butcher. He didn't kill nobody. He really didn't kill anybody.
It was too much. It was
I agree. Not enough. I agree. It was a spectacle, and I mean, just as the multiverse of madness, it was like I don't know. It was directed by that guy. I can't remember his name, but the guy that did Jojo Rabbit and another like I think author movies. So it was kind of an experiment. I'll say.
I think to Jesus' point and your point, Jeremy, after a while, it stopped being like, how can we write the best, you know, shit that's gonna like keep them entertained all throughout. You know, like when I rewatch the first Avengers, I'm like, oh my God, this was so perfectly directed and written, and how the scenes are chopped. It's like not too slow. There's action scenes where there need to be action scenes, and it's like super cinematic. And then after a while, it's just like, how many names can we fit in here? And then just throw them randomly, you know, fuck it. Throw Static Shock in that bitch somewhere in the background. Like, you know, can we fit the Flash in there somewhere? You know, true. Whatever they could do. True. Because remember, there was like, what's his name? Quicksilver. What's that nigga name? Wanda's brother.
Oh, yeah, Quicksilver. You're right.
And then in the TV show, they brought back Quicksilver again, but it was a different Quicksilver, and then they hinted at it. And
it was the Quicksilver from the Fox universe. I liked it. I did like that. I did like the concept.
I wanted to see Quicksilver. I like Quicksilver is one of my favorite characters. You know what I'm saying?
Because they already had one in the Avengers movie. I think he died.
Yeah, and he died. And I was like, damn, I really wanted to see that nigga. I wanted to see that nigga over fucking the Scarlet Witch. Jeremy's favorite, fucking She-Hulk, attorney at law.
You know what's funny? My only favorite was seeing Megan Thee Stallion twerking. That was interesting.
That was like 5 seconds of the first episode.
Yeah, I know. It was like, why?
Wait, what's I Am Groot?
I Am Groot was a special.
Yeah.
Like a live action one?
Yeah, it was live action, but you know, Groot is animated, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a short little thing, and kind of in the series of like, not in the series, but like in the same vein of like, what if?
Yeah, similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. It was similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Werewolf by Night.
I did not watch it, but I heard it was good. Because I don't have Disney Plus anymore. I don't feel like paying for it, but I will go back and watch it because I did hear that was good, and I did hear that is in the Marvel universe, but he doesn't play like any real significance, so I did like that. Like, they do have a small character that he's just a fucking werewolf, bro. He ain't gonna do shit. You know what I mean? We got gods that can like move buildings. What the hell is a werewolf gonna do? Like, and it's not. And I'm talking.
What they're gonna do? Bro.
Jacob from Twilight
is they're gonna make him sneak into Dr. Doom's house and bite that nigga. And then at the very end, when Dr. Doom's finna destroy all the heroes, like everybody, it's the same thing. You gotta imagine Endgame where it's just Captain America, and then all he hears is "on your left," and everybody start coming back in. It's gonna be a scene like that where Dr. Doom's finna destroy all them niggas, and then the moon's finna pop out, and that nigga's gonna turn into a werewolf and lose all control, and then we win.
Wow!
Because of the werewolf. Kevin Feige, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy Kevin Feige.
No.
That's the plot. That's the plot. It's gonna be something small like that.
I can see that. I can see that.
They're gonna be like, oh yeah, he was scratched. Nobody knew, but now they know. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It was okay.
It was okay, but the problem with that was you knew that could never really. It was a lame duck because it could not be good because he was dead. Like, how good they could have made it. It was going to be sad. It was going to be a Black Panther that you didn't want. You knew it was going to be inconsequential because you're like, all right, so you know, because you knew they was going to set up, because at that time it was a whole multiverse thing, so you knew they was going to set up a new Black Panther anyways.
Would you have been okay with if they went to a different universe and brought back a different version of Killmonger to be the Black Panther?
That would have been fine, but it still would have been just a stopgap. Because either way, it would have been like, yeah, but then you knew he would have to die. because that's not T'Challa. Everybody wants T'Challa or T'Chaka, which is T'Challa's dad. But you got to put either or. A new Killmonger, again, that would just be like
not an evil Killmonger.
I know, I get it. It would be like Killmonger if he was good.
Yeah.
But that still wouldn't be, T'Challa, Black Panther. You gotta get that first. And then you can do whatever you want. But you gotta do it first. That's like doing a Bucky Captain America.
Yo, did you see? I would have accepted Bucky over fucking that nigga with the smirk.
Anthony Mackie? I like Anthony Mackie. He's a good actor. I like him. I like
him as an actor. I feel like his Captain America was boring. But did you see that?
He's not a super
They dropped a new Black Panther, and that's his fault. And
you would have took the steroids. When the needles, like, take the steroids or not.
Right there, bro.
Straight vein.
Give me a belt. Tie me off. Right here.
Taking the steroids. Super soldier me up, buddy.
Right here, boy. Did you see that they dropped another Black Panther, and it's some white guy?
Yeah, I did see the comic books have, but here's the problem with that. It's not a white guy. He's biracial, but they made him really light skinned. I mean, they put the character with blonde hair, which is kind of like, like, come on now. He made him straight blonde hair. But anyways, it's an alternate universe.
It's supposed to be the new Black Panther.
Well, alternate universe, not the new Black Panther. It's like an alternate universe type deal.
Because it was
DI or whatever.
It was his sister, right? The new Black Panther supposed to be.
Yeah, like his sister took over the mantle.
Yeah, but we're talking about the comic book series that's running right now. It just came out, a comic book run where Black T'Challa needed a son, but he ended up having sex with a French girl, and his son comes back and tries to take the throne from Black Panther, but when he took off his mask, it turned out he was really white, but he's not white. He's biracial. But they made if you see the character, he has blonde, long hair. Like, he looked like, yeah. Does that look biracial to you? No. But yeah, it is what it is. You make Ryan Gosling does not look biracial. Like, here's the problem. That is the problem, right? That's the problem. When people say that you supposed to be biracial, that's not biracial. How do you get nigga and then you get, I don't care what white woman he has sex with. He's not looking like Ryan Gosling. Like, I don't care what white woman I have sex with. My kid is not looking like Ryan Gosling.
That's fucking
like, that is crazy.
That's crazy. Why would it be Ryan Gosling?
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. And that's what the trolls on the internet be like, oh, black people have a problem with it. It's like, no, Ryan Gosling is not white. It's not biracial. I mean, he's just white. The Black Panther character is biracial. That's the problem. You just whitewashed it.
Who do we pick to play the new Black Panther?
If you want
a white person,
as
this half white interracial Black Panther, who do we pick?
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin. Wow.
You could do Blake Griffin. You could do Drake.
Be fucking for real. Yo, Drake as the new Black Panther is crazy work. Nobody's gonna buy that though, bro.
Nobody's gonna buy that. You could have done I don't know, Barack Obama.
What if they put Steph Curry? Why Barack? Why Barack, bro?
You can put a young Barack.
Young Barack is crazy. Oh,
but yeah,
my God.
That's it. So anyways, the internet be interneting sometimes, and that's honestly good for the comic book writers. At least they got some interest. Because I'm like, who's buying comic books? But at least they got that.
It's just crazy to me because that's DEI. But go on, Jesus.
Yeah, was that phase 4? Does that mean that we're in phase 5 now?
I think, what phase of Marvel are we? It might be in 6, right?
Phase 10, like the game.
What phase of Marvel are we?
There might be a
we're in 5.
Multiverse of phases.
Filthy versus phases. Phase 5.
We're currently in 5 according to
we're in phase 3, but from a different
oh my
universe.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's hop into some news topics for this week, guys. Starting off with some unhinged news. Jesus, you want to tell me how you've been flying around for free all over the U.S.? Jesus got a hat for you guys, just in case you didn't know. You've been flying around.
Tell me.
Oh my God, free. I wish. But I mean, yeah. Not if I get caught. There's so first of all, the piece of news that I found.
Wait, wait a minute. Okay. For a minute, your screen was froze. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to make sure. But Jesus, tell me how you've been flying around Florida and all the U.S. for free. He got a hack for you guys. Tune in.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I wish I was able to do it. I mean, another part where he gets caught, but I mean, let me show it. Let me show it to you guys. The piece of news that I found starts with this statement that I always been intrigued about, and you guys been like Florida raised. Could explain a little more to me, like. But first of all, I'm gonna tell you about this piece of news, but I'm gonna leave the question right there. Like, what actually is a Florida man? And what happened is that this guy was getting like flight attendants badge numbers, or like some data from them, like where they were hired and stuff. And he was going through the website where he could book flights and get flights for free.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So that's what he was doing for 6 years. I don't know how he didn't get caught. I don't know if you need if you like go through regular TSA whenever you get I think you just get a regular ticket, right? Because you go through their website and through their system and stuff. That, I mean, they didn't tell much about it, about how he actually do it, how he actually did it. But he got caught recently, and he got sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
damn, 20 years.
20 years, and he could face up to 30 because he got 2 charges.
What are the charges, man? Because 20 years is wild. Just for bro, you can rape somebody and get less. 20 years just for taking some free charges.
Anything about
I'm just saying that's how fucked up the American system is. You can steal money. What?
He's got 20 years for fraud.
Wire fraud.
And he could get 10 extra years for getting through security.
Entering secure airport area.
Using false information, yeah.
Damn, they got his ass on some crazy white collar crimes.
I'm not gonna lie, the false pretenses one I understand, because that's kind of weird. Hey man, you walking around the back, you know what I'm saying? That I give him that. But the 20 for the wire fraud is kind of sad, especially if you're like, bro, I'm just taking free trips, bro. Like,
yeah, right.
Is it really wire fraud, or more or less, I just got free trips over the airline and you don't like it? Like, and also let's keep it a buck too. Who is he really harming?
I don't think he was harming nobody.
Nobody. He ain't really doing no harm. Give him 5 years and a fine. Be out my face, man.
Pay a fine. Pay $100,000 and 3 years of community service.
How much the tickets cost? So just charge them per ticket. There you go.
That's true. But I could see the potential. I mean, if he was able to like get a hold of information from like people like badge numbers and like right information.
You're right, because he did using 30 different badge numbers.
Yes.
So he took other people's badges, and then I can understand why that was like, all right. But even then, if all he did was just, hey man, I'm just trying to get some free flights to Mexico and back. All right, man, you got it. Because it's honestly, bomb on the airline.
Was it just in the U.S. or did he like travel internationally too?
That's a good question. I think he only did. He only took domestic flights. Yeah.
Okay, even better. I'm like, come on, man, just let that man go.
Does it say how he got caught? Does it say how he got caught?
No, it doesn't.
Because, honestly, bomb on the airlines. Y'all security is ass to let a man been doing this for this long. Somebody in Southwest needs to get fired. Southwest, Delta, somebody needs to get fired right there, bro.
He white. All I know is he's white. All I know is he's white because I know he's not brown or black. That's for sure.
True.
That's for sure. You telling me you walking backstage in the airport without your badge, nigga, and you didn't get pulled over? You're white.
Right. You're white. He was supposed to be there. He look like he's supposed to be there. If I see him and
he white, give him 20 more years. add another 20 on. But Jesus.
Yes.
So your first question. Florida Man is basically the Marvel universe. It's everything and nothing at once. Any crazy story you can imagine or think of that wouldn't make sense anywhere else, and you slap Florida Man in front of it, it totally makes
sense. It gives it sense. It gives,
you know what I'm saying? Because we're almost like a Bermuda Triangle in ourselves, where it doesn't we're south, right? We're south. We're like the tippy whatever of the U.S. Yet we're kind of a northern state. We got racism, but we don't have southern racism. I don't feel as far dangerous, as dangerous to travel in Florida as I would in Georgia or something, right?
Okay.
Respectfully. Yes. At the same time, northern Florida is actually southern Florida because it's the most racist, right? Then you get to Gainesville, Orlando, Daytona, that area, and then it starts diversifying, you know what I'm saying? Tampa, everything down is technically South Florida, but it should be Central Florida. That never made sense. Mm-hmm. South Florida, like Pompano, Broward, Miami, all of that shit is technically South America.
It's an extension of the Caribbean, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Except for Key West, because once again, that's all white people. It's like white people have you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's just the landmass. Now, when we talk about what can happen, if I told you six random motherfuckers decided to come together and stop an alien attack at Kansas, you'd be like, that's not fucking true. If I said 6 people from fucking Florida decided to come together and stop an alien attack at fucking Miami, you'd be like, oh, for some reason, I believe that. I believe that shit actually happened. There's some video proof somewhere out there. It just makes sense. If I tell you there was a zombie attack, you'd be like, there's no such thing as zombies. But that shit happened in Miami. That shit happened in Fort Lauderdale or wherever the fuck remember the bath salt shit, Jeremy?
Oh no.
Remember the bath salt? Yeah. We had zombies like that. We have all of that. So that's why I'm like, we're kind of like the Marvel universe. We can literally just pop into any pocket of imagination into the world, and it probably wouldn't make sense anywhere else. But if it happens in Florida, and it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? If you say, some guy was fighting an alligator, you don't believe it. If you say some Florida man fights alligator, makes fucking sense.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, they haven't made a show out of it yet.
I think there was a show. There was a Florida man show.
I felt like there wasn't there?
Yeah, there had to be. Also, we're like the real life version of 1,000 Ways to Die. Remember that show, Jeremy? 1,000 Ways to Die? Yeah, there was a Florida man. Oh, but the Florida man show was not about. It was about an ex-cop who goes to Florida to solve some shit. That is totally different. Now that you just said that, there needs to be a Florida man show. They need to say all the crazy stories, like 1,000 Ways to Die, and just recreate them.
Yeah,
you got a never-ending series. We gonna give you content.
That's funny. I like that.
We're gonna give you content. But moving on to some more Florida man topics. Young Germ.
Yes, sir. Speaking of Florida man, we got one of these sports ball players on the run for wanted murder. Let me go ahead and play the clip here in this little news segment For your boy, Antonio Brown is wanted for murder, attempted murder at least. Apparently, he was at a boxing show down here in South Florida, Miami. Speaking of Florida man in South Florida, and he was brandishing a weapon as well.
Which is normal. This is normal.
Let me go ahead and play the little clip for your boy, because if you see it, you're like, oh, he looks like he really might have CTE.
I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you.
Yeah, you guys can see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Stemming from an incident several weeks ago at a celebrity boxing event.
Let's get to Ari Azar, joins us live from the Miami Police Department with those details for us. Hey, Ari.
Hey guys, so a little bit of background first. Antonio Brown is a local guy. He went to Norland High School, played for several NFL teams. He was an all-pro wide receiver, but he's had several brushes with controversy in his career, including one time quitting on his team in the middle of a game. But this is by far the most serious issue that he's had to deal with. On Wednesday, a judge signed an arrest warrant for him on a second-degree attempted murder charge.
Oh, you hear the shots? Once you hear shots, you know everybody's gonna start running, right? Like,
yeah.
Now, according to that arrest warrant, Brown fired the shot.
wow, you see him right here. That's Antonio Brown. That's Antonio right there, kicking. Right?
Shots that you just heard. It happened during a chaotic scuffle last month at a boxing event in Little Haiti. At the time, Brown was detained but not arrested. He even tweeted a statement saying that he did nothing wrong, that he was jumped by a...
All right, it's over. But anyway, so that's what's going on right now. A judge just signed his warrant as of 48 hours ago, and he has not turned himself in. So right now, he is stated to be on the run. Not armed and dangerous, but on the run. So if you see Antonio Brown...
It's a conspiracy. I ain't telling them niggas nothing unless they're paying.
That's my saying. I have not seen any sort of award for anything that could lead to his arrest. But if they did, how much money would you think it would take for you guys to actively search for Antonio Brown?
To search for him?
Actively.
I wouldn't go out of my way to be searching for no niggas.
You wouldn't have to.
No. I'm not no cool nigga.
But
if I see that nigga at the gas station or something,
if you happen to see him, yeah, you
for like $500,000,
half a mil?
call in a tip. I might call in a tip.
Not gonna lie, if you told me 70 grand,
$5. 70 grand, you call in a tip?
70 G's. Hey Antonio, I'm sorry, bro. I don't even know you like that. 70 G's, I ain't gonna lie, your freedom is up to you. Because at the same time, yeah, why are you there?
This nigga's stupid.
right?
I'm gonna tell that nigga, Jeremy snitched on you, bro. Give me 80 bands. Put it on Jeremy's head right now.
Yo, he's trying to get him coming and going.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I mean,
crazy.
If it's got nothing to lose, he's gonna get out of there anyway. So I'll get my money. You go prove you're not guilty.
I mean, why they so focused on this attempted murder charge where they got an actual cop who killed them niggas in Minnesota, and they acting like they can't find that nigga.
Speaking on to that, the only thing I do find interesting is that he killed one, and shot at least two Democratic senators, and they did not have yet to designate him as a terrorist.
Bro,
but they did.
Luigi Mangione, they would have.
You're correct.
That's how I know he's a white cop. They probably walked that nigga down to the Waffle House or some shit, or to Culver's or some shit. You want to go get a burger, bro? Like, and then let him loose. You see how they play up there. I don't know if you watched the Karen Reed trials and the whole police department up there. They've been colluding or whatever to try to pin this lady's husband's murder on her. But all the evidence and everything is showing she didn't commit the murder.
Crazy.
This is the world we live in. This is what we have to go through. But 70 bands for Jeremy to snitch. Everybody, y'all know the going price right now.
Going price.
Jeremy to snitch.
70 G's, man. I'm tattletelling, singing.
They're gonna have this nigga on trial pointing at Diddy. Him, officer.
I saw it.
Him. It was him. Him right there. Ref. Yeah, but moving on to some more shit. DC versus Marvel. What's poppin'?
Well, going back a little bit since we were talking about DC versus Marvel's slate of movies, we have noticed a slight trend that there's been 2 recent Marvel movies that have been unfortunately financially bad for the big mouse out there. Yes, 2 recent ones. One is that
Beats.
Yes.
Deadbeats and Captain America.
Deadbeats. Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts have reported to have cost the company over $180 million to make.
Damn.
But right now it has garnered $177 million worldwide. To break even, it needs to make $425.
Okay. Does that I mean includes the movie alone, or is it like all of the marketing budget and shit?
$125 million it needs to make to break even.
It needs to. Okay, the budget is $180 million, but it's excluding the marketing. So
so you're saying $425 million is what it needs to break even?
Just to break even, yes.
It's a lot of money, right?
Because you got to understand the Marvel or the big mouse only gets a percentage per ticket. So you got to bust the ticket down from the movie theaters, then you got to pay taxes on that. So you can only imagine per ticket, maybe the mouse only gets 40% of every ticket at best, 50 maybe, but I could say about 40% for sure. So at that point, it's already on pace to lose $100 million. Now, the movie before that was Cap 4. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was the greatest movie.
Tomato, boo.
But even that one has on report to have flopped financially in the box office. Now,
tomato. That shit was trash. You still owe me and Jesus money because you were like, go watch it. Support Anthony Mackie. Bruh.
First of all, I didn't say go support Anthony Mackie. I said it's enjoyable. You should go watch it.
You said Harrison Ford for president.
There was a Trump allegory. I feel like that was in there, having Harrison Ford as president. But that being said, that means Marvel has 2 flops in the burner right now. Now, with the third movie, coming out, being Fantastic Four, the first family of Marvel, as anybody know, can that save Marvel's trend of flopping movies? I don't know, because at the same time, a big boy Blue Scout will be coming out called Superman, and everybody's anticipated big boy wonder is being headed by James Gunn, the man that just seems to can't miss.
Yeah.
Due to the trailers, I've honestly say Superman does look better than Fantastic Four, but Fantastic Four is more interesting to me because it is a connected Marvel universe. I like to see what the implications could be.
Yeah, it's all the hype, right, and around it, and the fact that he hasn't been like a good Fantastic Four movie in a while. I would say in those movies, even just with the hype along and like the people wanting to go see it, it usually like raises enough money in the first weekend, even if the movie's not that good. It has happened before. You know, it's usually like the first weekend that's like the most important, or the first few days when it gets released. And I would think a movie with that much like hype as the Fantastic Four, I think they'll make it.
Yes.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yes, I do think they'll make it. But the question only becomes now, as James Gunn starts the DCU, people say Marvel's on the downswing. Is it time for DC to come back and overtake Marvel and
come back? When did they ever?
I mean, they had it. Come on now. Let's not say come back. Let's keep it a buck. You did not like Michael Keaton's Batman?
That wasn't a DCU. That wasn't a. Like,
it wasn't DC
universe.
Connected. It wasn't a connected universe.
The universe truly started. I'm not even gonna say X-Men because X-Men is technically, you know, or Blade or whatever. I'm gonna say when Iron Man, Captain America or whatever, when that dropped and they were like, oh shit, we could make money with this, and they started peeping. That's when I'm gonna say the universal fights started.
Okay, because you're saying like a connected universe. Yeah, I get it. The connected universe of Marvel kind of started Iron Man. But you gotta see it as in totality. Marvel, as far as Marvel movies, and DC as DC Marvel movies, DC movies has actually started a long time ago and financially have been more successful. I mean, between all the Batmans, you got the Christopher Reeve Superman.
I mean, of course.
So
you movies since the 1920s.
Exactly. So
Superman since the
exactly.
1920s.
So the point is that DC, as far as superhero brand recognition, superhero zeitgeist, has been that's the movies you go see. You go see DC superhero movies, and then once Sam Raimi came in with the Spider-Mans and the X-Men, then the shift kind of started. All right, DC, Marvel. Let's go see Sony. Marvel movie. Oh, Sony, yeah. Sony, but there were Marvel characters. That's why they're Marvel characters. Yeah. Let's go see those. And then Christopher Nolan came out. Let's do the grounded superhero thing. Grounded everything. Everything is real, gritty superhero. And then Marvel came in with their whole Marvel universe, Iron Man, all that genre, and now that's starting to get played out. Now, is it time for DC to come back starting with Superman? Are we seeing the new return of Christopher Reeve era Superman with the connected universe and all that? I don't know, but the iron is hot for DC, I believe. This is the time to strike now, especially with James Gunn. James Gunn, especially when it comes to superhero movies, can't miss. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 have garnered over $1 billion. I cannot, and he also was the executive producer of Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. So
he did the Suicide Squad too.
And he did the Suicide Squad DC. Now, and he also
that's where he missed.
No, the DC.
It wasn't good. Amazing. It was okay. It wasn't amazing.
But you also got to give him credit. He was continuing somebody else's work. It was finishing somebody else's work because it was
definitely better than the previous one,
and it was better than the previous one. So you only can work what you can have. What do you guys think about that? Is DC on the way back, or can Marvel hold their supremacy of Marvel movies only, Marvel movies forever?
I mean, I hope so, but not as a competition. I mean, I wish they could both do like good movies. I mean, they both have like great characters, right? So
yes, they do, but unfortunately,
in a perfect world, we'll have a. I mean, on theaters, even at the same time, we'll have a good Batman movie and a good, Iron Man movie, you know, and then they could coexist. I mean, that's what I would like to see.
That's my thing.
True.
My thing is this: DC historically has relied on two main characters to carry their entire like comic universe, right? Like outside of the Flash and all that shit, it's always been Superman and Batman. Like those movies are always gonna make you monies, right?
Bangers.
So like, whether it's what's his name, Keaton or Patterson or even fucking what's Jennifer Lopez's ex-boyfriend, Affleck.
Oh yeah.
Any of them guys, they can literally throw shit at a wall and call it Batman, and it's gonna make you money because like people know it. Same thing with Superman. It's not like Henry Cavill was doing a bad job as Superman. Even Smallville was getting numbers and doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when I think of DC, I'm like, oh, like you guys really don't have to try too much as long as you slap those two main characters in there, right? What Marvel had to do was bring you into their universe. You know what I'm saying? That's why they always stand out to me, because they had to bring you into this whole Iron Man and this nigga and these niggas working together, and not just on some like quick CW, The Flash, Green Arrow spinoff crossover episode, like a whole cinematic, like long thought out thing with Thanos and this and that. This is why they always stood out to me, right? However, what I'm seeing, the advantages for James Gunn especially is free reign, right? Like to your point, when he did the Suicide Squad is finishing up somebody else's work, like, yeah, you're right. Like, your hands are already tied, right? But when you have free reign on a Superman or on a Batman, and you let a Christopher Nolan just do what he does, you let James Gunn just do what he does, it's gonna come out quite fantastic, right? No pun intended, because when we go to the other side of Fantastic Four, it's like they tried to like push an edgier version with the second release, and they had
the Michael B.
Jordan one. They tried to do this one, but it was with the Jessica Alba. It was still too early in the 2000s for superhero movies to be catching on. So now they're just taking it back, and they're giving you like a traditional what we think Fantastic Four should look like, set in this appropriate time period. You know what I'm saying? So that's exciting to see too, because we've been getting essentially these characters living in our day and age. Like Iron Man, it felt like Iron Man was living in New York. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It felt like all those other, like Thor, like, you know, fell into fucking Kansas or whatever the fuck. It felt like very nowadays. I watch Robert Pattinson shit, and that feels like Gotham, but I don't know where the fuck Gotham is. Like what the West Side of Chicago or whatever the fuck, or the other DC movies. It feels like Central City or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be, but it doesn't feel like tied in this real world. Mm. This new James Gunn one is kind of hitting on, like, it's kind of tied in, it's bright, it's cinematic, it's got like all the little things that it needed that Marvel was doing, and it's like the owner, like James Gunn spin originality.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I think he's gonna eat down bad with that shit. Like, niggas are gonna go see it and be like, this was one of the best. I was upset because I'm a Henry Cavill nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was like, they did my nigga wrong, this and that. And then the trailer dropped, and I was like, hold on now.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Henry Cavill who?
Yeah. Like, ain't you in the Wolverine? I seen you in Deadpool. You switched sides, thinking like, like. So that's where I'm like, I don't fully see a down. I do see a downswing for Marvel, because they have to keep doing these big blockbuster bangers or come up with creative ways to keep our interest. But DC is like, they have a blank slate. It's still pretty fresh. Also, I do want to state, what DC does really, really fucking well though, is their fucking HBO Max shows.
Mm. Yes.
Like their HBO Max shows, all of them, Teen Titans,
Penguin,
mm-hmm. all of that, they do it so fucking well. I wish they would bring that to the theaters. You know? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
All right. That being true, especially with James Gunn being the head, I mean, let's be real. He only really had about 5 superhero movies he did. One was independent, dark comedy. Most people didn't see it. It was called Super. Another one, he had Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3. He also took over for Suicide Squad. So this one would be his first actual, all right, this is one character, Christopher Nolan to Batman, James Gunn to Superman. This is his character. He could build out, flesh out own universe. And it is very entertaining to see what could be in James Gunn's mind to have this much free reign of such an IP, an iconic IP with so much lore, character history, so much background as somebody like Superman. Now, that, my friend, I believe gives DC the edge of giving more people the opportunity for have a fresh take of superhero-dom, superhero-ish. Because the big thing about DC, what Marvel is, if I don't know if people realize, is that some people say like this: Marvel is humans pretending to be gods. You know, with the X-Men, they're all humans and they have godlike superpowers. And DC are gods who are pretending to be pretending to be humans, because, you know, they have Superman, they got Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, and all these super character beings that pretty much break all physics. So we like to see what they're gonna get cooked up there in DC. And like you said, DC has gone great on Max. You guys got to see Creature Commando. James Gunn has produced that, and that also ties into the DCEU. So everything in there is also predicated into the movies, as well as Peacemaker. That season 2 is coming out as well. Peacemaker was really good. So we will see what could be cooked up in James Gunn's big old head of his.
I do want to state this one thing too. I think where Marvel like it started to fail when we're talking about like the whole like they just started adding names to the roster and just being like, oh, niggas are gonna be excited to see. They fell into what happened with Batman when we didn't get a Batman movie for a good like 10, 15 years or whatever. Remember when George Clooney was doing Batman and then they did the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Uma Thurman, all them niggas teamed up together and they thought it was going to be good and it flopped because it was actually cheesy and kind of bad and it was like kind of all over the place. That's what I think they got to. And then they were like, oh, let's not do a Batman movie. And then I feel like that kind of scared them out of like the whole Justice League. Like they really wanted to be right, and that's where I feel like James Gunn is going to come in and do that, you know?
Yes, I agree. I really agree. Especially now we get to see what Green Lantern looks like. There's Hawkwoman in there. You have Mr. Terrific. I mean, you're only missing what? His Flash, a Wonder Woman, and a Batman. And you already got Flash. And you got the Justice League right there. But, you know, we don't want to talk about Flash because, you know, the last Flash was a little easy.
I know. But I wish they would do what Marvel did with some of the Netflix Marvel shows and take the like really beloved characters and just bring them onto the big screen or like keep it canon, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause niggas really love Daredevil. Yeah. Niggas really love Punisher and the nigga that was playing Kingpin or whatever. Kingpin, yeah. Like, so like, they're like, we're going to keep these characters. I loved, what's his name? Austin Grant's Flash.
Oh yeah, they should have made him Flash. Yeah, you're right.
Like, just keep him. Like, we liked him as Flash. He made sense. Like, you know, like I believe it. So when you got this other guy and we thought he was gonna be okay, I feel like he's the reason we didn't get another Justice League movie. You know, like it was just all over the map.
Yeah, I agree. He was a little bit of a oddball.
You know,
definitely Hollywood.
But speaking of all over the map, I don't know if y'all seen. Kanye West showed up to Diddy's trial.
Yes, we saw. Didn't he dress in all white? I believe he was in all white for some reason. I don't know if that.
I'm a virgin. I didn't have no baby oil on me.
The man with the sex addiction, totally.
Oh my god! Yeah. So the artist formerly known as Kanye West made a surprise appearance to the Diddy trial, and I was like, a lot of me is always like, yeah, what are you doing, bro? It really do be so hard to defend you. But then somebody pointed this out to me, and I was like, maybe they're on to something. They're like, they were saying they believe it's like a strategic thing, because maybe when this nigga goes away, when the Diddler goes away, he's trying to buy up Bad Boy Records. And I was like, maybe I could see him just saying, fuck it. I want the legacy. I want the catalog of everything Bad Boy. And then I could just do whatever with it, you know, because Bad Boy got some hits under it. You know, I think they still got Biggie records. They still got all the Lil' Kim shit, all the old shit from when the niggas was popping. What do you think? What are you thinking?
I think it's a great idea. If I was him, I would definitely stay away from the Diddy trial. But hey, I mean, if he has a plan, I hope he has a plan. Concepts of a plan, I think. He might. That's a great idea. Bad Boy has a lot of records. But I like to say this. Who are on Bad Boy Records? You got who? What catalog?
At the moment, nobody, right? Like, I can't think of one artist who's on Bad Boy right now. However, they have like a deep history of artists, right? They had like 112 was on Bad Boy.
Okay, you want Bad Boy's you want 112 catalog?
I don't want their catalog. I don't want their catalog, but you have it. You know, Ye could do some shit with samples now. Don't hold him back. Now, Peaches and Cream, he got Biggie's catalog.
Unfortunately, if I'm, quick Google search, Bad Boy Records was estimated net worth, the catalog of $100 million. Sean sold 90% of the brand in 1997. But later repurchased it from it recently. But later repurchased it from bankruptcy in 2011 for $7.5 million. So it's not worth
like
that
$10 million. Much. He could buy it. He could buy it for like $10 million. Say, hey nigga, I know you did this. $5 million. Actually, you about to go to fucking away. You need this money. You need this money. $5 million. Feed your family and shit. And let me get the keys to the castle. There's some old hits, old Young Jock shit. Remember when Young Jock came out? You got all of French Montana shit. Nobody really wants it, but you got all of French Montana shit. Who else was on Bad Boy? Remember the band? You got Danny Kane shit.
Yeah. I like that one song. Damn, Bad Boy record. You would think they would have more hits, but you're right.
Nah, they fucked over a lot of their artists. Like, you would drop one record, and if it didn't like go crazy, because the only person who I could think made actual like hits on Bad Boy and had more than one album is like Young Jock and Biggie. Mace, but then he wanted out of his shit because he's like, I'm not getting paid. He probably how many did he do after Harlem World?
I don't know.
How many albums? Let me check. I'm on his wiki. How many did he do after Harlem World?
Okay,
bro?
You got Cassie. You know me and you.
You don't got Cassie. You don't got Cassie.
You now.
Okay. So he did Harlem World and he did Double Up and then he quit.
Oh well, see.
Yeah, so my thing is, Diddy's like, if your shit don't go double, triple platinum, I'm never letting you make another.
You got
album.
Faith Evans. You got that one album, Faith Evans.
What's name a Faith Evans song?
Soon as I get home.
All right, whatever. The Locks has some hits.
Oh, the Locks.
You don't like Styles P and Jada?
It's alright. I do like Jada.
I like Jada.
I do like Jada.
Who else? I need to see
Craig.
all the artists.
Craig Mack.
Craig Mack. But he fucked Craig Mack's whole career up.
Yeah.
He fucked Craig's Mack whole career up. Mario Winans. I don't wanna know.
Oh yeah. He just got that one song. Carl Thomas. Yeah, Carl Thomas.
Carl Thomas. I can't name one song.
I wish.
Loon.
Oh.
The Band.
Oh, the band. Anything the band, I'm like, all right, bro. I don't.
You don't remember the band? Because I remember Dylon.
Bro, I ain't trying to listen to none of that shit. I am not. No disrespect to anybody. Dylon, Babs, anybody. I don't.
Okay, he had Pitbull for a year.
Oh yeah.
You know, it might be a good year. It might be one of the club banger years when Pitbull was having that run. He had MGK. I know you like Machine Gun Kelly. Remember you tried to take me to a show?
Oh my God, let's not lie here. I don't even want that on my brand.
He had New Edition for a little bit. He had Boys in the Hood when they was trying to do a little Southern trap shit. Yeah, some artists here and there.
Okay, so pretty much worth $70 million. That's how much.
Now that I've researched it and looked into it a little bit more, I give that nigga $20.
Hey, bro, I give that man a 3.5 for the freaking catalog.
I'll give you this Arby's gift card right here. It's got $30 on there right now, bro. Take it or leave it, bro.
I'll give you the McDonald's $1 large French fry coupon.
I'll give you a pack of Lucy's, bro. You gonna need
Dr. Lucy, man. How about a homeless man use a newspaper to clean off your windshield? I'll give you that.
I'll give you a travel size baby oil. It's not available in the commissary.
Not the travel size.
Bro.
I might look into that. Travel size baby oil. Is that a real thing?
I can't deal with this figure. But moving forward, from a Diddy conspiracy to a culinary conspiracy of sorts. Did you guys know that you could probably predict World War III by the food that either the military is eating or the Pentagon is eating?
How so? What are they eating? People?
Yeah, what are they eating?
Crazy. That's crazy. People is crazy. This nigga been watching Hannibal Lecter. All right, so this last week, you know, I was called into the OTD briefings at the Pentagon. That's right, we got a pass. We be there. So, you know, they were like, forget the spies, forget the satellites. What you really want to know is, if you want to know if World War III is coming, you got to look at what's being served in the mess hall, right? So we're not talking just as like, oh, they got meatloaf or whatever. I've been seeing videos of like these enlisted military personnel, soldiers, whatever you want to call them. and they've been getting these steak and lobster dinners, right? And what was like in the comments, people were going off like, "Oh my God, sis, were you being deployed? Oh my God!" And I was like, "What's going on?" And what they're saying is that this is a signal. They always give you a really good meal before they give you bad news, as in you're being deployed, right? Wow. So like anytime you get really, it's almost like your last meal in jail, right? Like they're like, "Oh shit," you walk in there and you're like, "Oh, they're not giving us chicken nuggets today. They're giving us like lasagna and whatever the fuck else, and they got a T-bone steak." There was this girl fucking it up. Oh my God, let me see if I can pull up the fucking video. There was this girl fucking it up, and everybody in the comments is like, "I'm so sorry for you, sis. Like, when's your deployment date? Like this and that." And I that's when I realized like, oh, this is a real thing. Like people were like, "I'm in the army too, and I know what that means." Da 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 da. This and that, right? On the other hand, at the Pentagon, there was a spike this past week of pizza orders. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of the pizza index. Basically, it's this thing that I think they said like Russian people came up with it. They would just like kind of watch the pizza delivery or the pizza spots around the Pentagon. And whenever something was going down, there would be a spike in pizza orders because people are staying late to work. So they know that something is going down. And so like the NSA, Pentagon or whatever, you can just predict like emergency meetings or like military escalations based on like, oh shit, a bunch of pizza orders are going out. So this past week, we know what happened with, you know, the I place and the other I place, and them niggas got into it, and they going back and forth with the boom booms, with the boom booms.
The I place with the other I place.
Exactly, over there. I'm not gonna say it because, you know, we ain't trying to get taken down, but all of the local pizza places did report a spike in, you know, deliveries and orders and shit.
Damn.
So my thing is, you know, what would be your, you know, WW3 last meal before you get drafted, Jeremy?
Damn. You got me on the spot here. One, why am I being drafted? So, but if I were being drafted to what? The NFL? Man, NBA? NHL?
You being drafted. You know where you're being drafted.
Ooh,
you're not Antonio Brown.
Oh man, put me behind a desk, please. I would take a burger. I would take a good burger, made from Five Guys. Or pork chops from a Spanish spot would be good. Pizza would be good too. We have Soto pizza. It's Detroit style pizza. We have that here. It's really good. It's like a deep dish, but not too deep. It's so good. You guys got to try that. Or I would take ramen from this spot called Domu. It's really good. Good ramen. Honestly, there is like a plethora of meals. There's meals I wouldn't take though. I wouldn't take. How about that? Like a fillet of fish from McDonald's.
Oh my God.
Send me to the war now.
Oh my God. Not the fillet of fish, bro. If they give you McDonald's, I know y'all trying to kill me, bro. This
right.
Is assassination.
Assassination, boy.
What about you, Jesus? Before you get drafted, what's your last, you know, American meal? What are we doing?
Good old America.
That's a good point, because I was gonna say Peruvian, but
it could be Peruvian. It could be whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel biased because I will definitely go Peruvian. But if I had to choose an American meal, like before I get deployed, I would say, I don't know, maybe a good breakfast meal.
Okay.
You know, like the whole thing.
Pancake and eggs.
Yes, but I'll take a waffle, maybe a couple of them.
This man wants the Denny's 5 for $5 deal right here.
Yeah. Unlimited pack. And you know, he's smart because he's going to get the unlimited pancakes and he's never going to leave.
Yeah.
So you don't have to get drafted. He said, bring me the unlimited pancakes.
Until you got to take a shit.
Them slow.
Yeah.
They catch him when they come out the bathroom.
Gotcha.
Come on. That's crazy. Oh, my God. And what do you think? What do you think, like, the government uses for, like, Wingstop spikes to predict, like, domestic unrest? Like, like the Wingstop orders go up. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying?
I would say, if they had to use us for some sort of metric, I would have to say if there's a spike in gas station food sales, particularly Wawa. If Wawa gets, I feel like when shit hits the fan, a Wawa gonna be open. Why? You're gonna need gas, right? You're always gonna need gas. And Wawa has sandwiches. It's the only gas station that sells sandwiches.
In the South and in some places in the North. We gotta correct that because other places have like Buc-ee's and shit like that.
Oh, you're right, Buc-ee's.
So, and there's one of those in Florida, isn't it?
Is there a Buc-ee's in Florida? Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, there's a Buc-ee's in Florida. Yeah, there's a Buc-ee's.
Where?
I think there is. I'll look it up.
There's Buc-ee's.
What?
Yeah, and
there's
2 of them.
One in Daytona.
Yes. I knew it because I was recently at that festival in Daytona, and all of them people were going to Buc-ee's.
Did you go?
No.
Damn. I didn't know that. I want to go to Buc-ee's. I would love to go to Buc-ee's.
We got to plan a trip there and do an episode from Buc-ee's.
He wants to do an episode from gas station.
Why not? Why not? Outside the gas station. Welcome to the new podcast.
These man's just,
you know what?
He's trying to charge.
You know when I would get worried though? I would get worried if Waffle House ever closes.
Yeah, Waffle House.
That's why I get worried. Yeah. Damn. If they were like, "Oh yeah, we closing Waffle House," I know America's in some shit because Waffle House never closes.
I'm not gonna lie, I could fuck up some Waffle House. I haven't had that in forever.
Right?
Actually, the Waffle House.
I used to see what Jesus was saying. Mm-hmm. I used to see what Jesus would say. He was like, "Give me the waffles and the eggs and everything." And sir, I'm ready to go.
That's my all-time favorite American food, like anything breakfast.
I don't blame you. High key, I would have went. My last meal would probably be like Mexican or Vietnamese or Thai or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Give me some good old tacos to go.
Some what? Some tacos to go?
Tacos, some like traditional Tijuana style tacos, some flautas, a quesadilla, something. You know what I'm saying?
Elotes.
Oh my god, bro! And it was some churros, something.
Yeah. Oh
you know what I'm saying?
Man, some churros.
But steak and lobster. I'm not even. I like steak. I like lobster too, but I would feel like it would make me feel like I'm being set up. Like I would know for sure they're sending me right into Iraq. Right. They're sending me right into Iraq. If I walk in and they're like, "Oh, Jeremy, yeah, you want some steak? We got it cooked exactly how you like. You want this lobster? You want this that? Mm-hmm. What'd y'all sign me up for, bro? You know I was trying to be out, bro."
It's like, hey, yo, bro. I wonder if they make them pay. Like, oh yeah, I know we're serving y'all good food, but this is coming out of y'all check.
They do. They pay $450 a month.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Let me. I got you right here. I'm gonna pull up this video so you can see what I'm talking about. Give me a second. See if I can share my screen.
Ta-da! Steak, Capri salad, asparagus underneath. A month out of my the Army automatically takes out $450 a month out of my paycheck so I can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Here is what I got for the Army's birthday. Ta-da! Steak, Capri salad, asparagus underneath, garlic bread that I already bit into, lobster, hush puppies, a baked potato under this. Steak. That's pretty good. Capri salad. So good. Asparagus. Okay. Baked potato. Let's try a piece. Lobster. Oh, that's so good. Hush puppy. Garlic bread. This might be my favorite thing. Shrimp cocktail. Wow.
They give her shrimp too?
They
give her everything.
Man, that's so good. You got watermelon. I don't know if you can see there's an actual fruit salad. It's like nuts, blueberries, and like some kind.
All right, so they gave her all this shit. But if you go into the comments, let's see. Where are your comments? People was going off. Am I logged in? I'm not trying to follow this girl. I don't know this girl. All right. Here we go. Oh, y'all going to war.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's going to be like war.
They shipping you out, sister. Girl, you in danger. Like, wishing you a safe and speedy deployment. Do you know you got 30 minutes?
No.
That's your pre-deployment meal, man. Oh my God. This lady said, I'm telling my grandma to put you on the prayer list at church.
Oh my God.
Wait, they pay for the plane ticket to get deployed?
I don't know if they pay for the plane ticket. They pay a monthly stipend for the food that they get from the military.
They pay. So as in
yeah, so it comes out of your check. Like whatever they pay you, there's like $450 that comes out, and you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner for that.
Do you have to?
I guess you don't have to, but you would have to go and feed yourself all the time.
I feel you. Because it'd be like, damn. Because for $425, yeah, that's $100 a week. Yeah, damn, it's worth it at that point. I feel you.
You know, yeah, start packing.
Oh wow, steak and lobster equals deployment.
This person said, "I'm a military brat, and I audibly gasped when I saw a steak and lobster, hoping for the best." That's coming from a military brat.
Cooked, son.
Like, so I just thought that was pretty funny because I'm like, dang, we really do be using food sometimes to indicate when shit's about to hit the fucking fan.
Some that copium.
But yeah. Young Germ, I don't know if you got a hot take for us this week.
Oh man, a hot take, a hotty spotty, lickety splitty. All right, I do got a little bit of a hot take. Honestly, I will say the hot take of my personal opinion. Don't get me wrong. What I'm about to say does not mean I support this person. Does not mean I voted for this person.
Oh no!
But I'm gonna start saying that maybe Donald Trump might have been good for the country.
Jesus, take his mic.
I said it. Donald Trump may have been good for this country. Now, hear me out. Hear me out here. Hear me out here. Hear me out here.
Muting right now, and we'll end the episode.
Me out here, sir.
The episode now, because I didn't expect to get canceled this week.
Canceled? I'm trying to get a check, sir. MAGA. Nah. But hear me out. Hear me out. Why I say that? Because everybody who voted for Donald Trump obviously lives in America, right? They are the unequivocally stupidest person I've ever seen. Unless you're rich, I get it. Unequivocally the stupidest person I've ever seen. Now, with Donald Trump being presidency, it just lets us know who we have to blame for all this shit going on here. It's like I can just blame you. You the idiot. You. It's you. Right there. You, sir. Officer. Him. He's the idiot that voted for this shit. Right here. Kamala Harris said this motherfucker is going to destroy this country. Everybody said this motherfucker is going to destroy this country. But you voted for him anyway. So honestly, I think that's good. Good for America. Because we only learn after we burn ourselves multiple times. So, here we go. Because if Kamala Harris was president, shit still probably would have been bad. Maybe better, for sure. Definitely better. But still would have been bad. And now they just would have blamed a black woman for all the problems. Now, I feel great. I can just blame a white man for all my problems. And it's true. Well, it's true before, and it's true now. I just like to have the matching face. I don't want to put a black face in there, or a half black whatever face. Put a white Cheeto man face in there. So when I go to target practice, I can put his picture right there. So the hot take, Trump is good for America. Trump today, Trump tomorrow, Trump forever.
Cut that out. Cut that right out. But here's what I do love about that. Is sometimes I forget we're like living through history, right? Like somebody said, the president of 2085 is probably like learning about us or watching us right now or whatever the fuck. And I was like, that's an interesting take, because we have social media, we have all these like actual clips and videos and pictures of shit. When I think of the people like the Latino for Trump leaders and well, to Jeremy's point, we'll actually have actual pictures and names of like this person, him, officer. He said all the Latinos and the Cubans in Miami should vote for him, and they'll have their picture there, and they'll have the MAGA, and they'll have that one parade where them niggas was on stage dancing and everything, and they'll be like, and this was the point where everything started to fall apart. and they'll take us through the timeline, you know what I'm saying? And so to Jeremy's point, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. They're gonna look back like, oh yeah, this is because we don't know. We read about Franz Ferdinand and how the death or the assassination of him and his whole family like kicked off World War I and everything, but we read about it. But if you had actual video footage of it, you'd be like, damn, that's actually crazy. I see why them niggas went crazy.
Yeah,
this time we do.
This time we do. So thank you, America. You guys are fucking idiots.
Also, don't dox or drop any of our locations. I live in Alaska, in case you were wondering, and Jesus is a Canadian resident.
And I'm AI. I'm not even real. Watch, look, I got 6 fingers.
Yo, fucking AI Tim Cook.
Yeah, we're actually all AI, and this episode is sponsored by Google. VO3.
Right?
Yeah.
Dang, Google, send us our fucking money. Anyways, again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Young Lola, King Lola, where you at? We love you. We'll see you next week, hopefully. As always, guys, new episodes every Thursday. Make sure you're following us on our IG and our TikTok, OTD Pod for the win, FTW, you know what I'm saying? And then, as always, we will see you next week in America. Bye-bye.